got a big smile on my face today because I'm back in the John Deere. So that's really going to be one of my main sort of life purposes, really, will be... Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all well. And recently, I've been watching Clarkson's Farm. I don't know if anyone out there has been watching that. I've been really enjoying seeing Jeremy Clarkson, what he's up to on the farm. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out now. I think it's on Amazon Prime. And it was a really good laugh when I was watching it last night, so go and check that out. He had a big Lamborghini tractor and all sorts of different implements which he'd bought from a farm sale, and it was quite interesting. Anyway, speaking about tractors, because that's all I ever seem to really go on about, over this last week we've mowed the hay, got the hay cut by local contractors, cut that, and like yesterday I got something dropped off which I saw in the... Well, it was online actually, down in Essex, a hay turner, but something which can also not just turn the hay, but rake it as well. So this is it, this is what we got dropped off. And I looked for a long time at a Lely combination, which is like you've got, I believe on the Lely's, there was a couple more rotors, and you could also rake and row with the Lely, but they've stopped making them, and everyone I asked about them said that they're just like gold dust to get hold of, and they're so expensive now. So anyway, we ended up getting this. It's a Kuhn 360, and you can turn, as I said, and then you can also row up with it. And to row up, you just change the angle of it so that the rear rotor is on an angle, and then it pushes it all over the hay or silage over to the back here, where it then gets caught with this Kuhn flag, which I think is quite a good idea. So I've got to put it on the John Deere. I'll just show you now the grass which has been cut. So it's really important over the next couple of days that we get it turned and then rake it up so that the baler can come along and then bale it up. And we have had a little bit of trouble as well, on another note, with the John Deere Gator. So I can't actually, that's why it's not here. I'll show you what happened with that. So that's the situation with the Gator. I fixed the wheel the other day. And then Craig, who does the maintenance on the farm, tried to blow it up yesterday or the day before, and the holes popped. So we ordered a new tyre, and the tyre hasn't turned up. So that's going to take another few days because they're specialist tyres and they take a bit of time. But one of those things. So yeah, a bit like Clarkson yesterday when I was watching the Grand Tour, the Clarkson's Farm. All of his implements were too big or his tractor was too big for all of his implements, and I suppose this is a similar scenario in that it's probably a bit too small for the John Deere, but I haven't really got any other tractors I could put it on. I could put it on the 434, which is just over here, but that's on the Fleming at the moment because we had a bit of a problem with the Lely, or the Leyland, what am I saying? Because the Leyland, we couldn't put it into gear very well. On the back, to put a Leyland 245 into gear with the PTO, there's a clutch here, and there's also a lever, and you have to push the clutch down, put it into the PTO gear. There's so many different, and then try and push the clutch as well whilst you're driving to get it to go forward. There's so many levers and gears just to get the PTO to go on. Anyway, when we did get the PTO to go on, it just kept ripping the shear bolt out from the Fleming, so it didn't work out very well. So yeah, so it's sort of on its own now a bit, the Leyland, because we think we're going to use the Mccormick on it. It works really well, that old tractor on there, because there's no levers, it's very simple, you just put the PTO on. We know that tractor, and we might get another 434 to go with that one. So yeah, and then the Leyland might be going. So the Kuhn 360, we'll put her on, I can't get the PTO shaft on with the linkage, so I have to put the PTO shaft on first. So I've got a big smile on my face today because I'm back in the John Deere, not in the New Holland I was in a few weeks ago, last week. And yeah, I've missed the Deeres. I've missed the John Deere. Okay, so to anyone who's new to the channel, the grass has been cut. It's now sitting on the ground. We want to make this particular grass into either a haylage or hay this year, if we can, around the farm. So it's still pretty green under there. It's just starting to dry out on the top. But what we want to do is turn it so that we expose the grass underneath. which is the wetter grass, which hasn't yet dried out. And then over the next few days, over the week, we'll continue to turn the hay, turn the rows with the deer, and then that's what's going to dry the hay out so that we can bale it up. There's 3 modes. Transport mode for when you're going down the road, then there's tedding mode and rake mode. Rake and tedding are pretty similar. Raking and tedding are quite easy to do, but the transport mode I think is quite difficult to do. You have to put some locking pins in so that it stays still. So although it's not as big as the Olly Combi 600 I wanted to pick up, this little Coon 360, it's just enough and it'll do the job. It's two large size rotors. I think the total tedding size is 3.6 meters, so like I say, it's enough to do the job, and you can move at quite a speed once you get on the flats, and it will still leave quite a clean job, I believe, tedding and raking. So I'm really looking forward to raking up for the baler, because I can rake from each side so I can get some bigger swaths, which you couldn't do with the Olly Combi 600. So I'm going to be able to make some decent sized swaths for the baler this year, which will be quite good. But hey, at this time of the year, it's lovely to be doing this sort of thing. When I've never done anything like this. I've done a little bit of tedding in the past on a Coon, but yeah, thanks to you guys for supporting the channel and for watching Olly's farm for so long. It really does mean a lot, because we can do things like this, and yeah, it's just awesome. So thank you very much. So back in the shed now, and I'll finish off the rest of those fields tomorrow. It's Sunday tomorrow, so that'll be a nice job to do. I just flipped a couple of rows over and flipped them back. Now I know that it works, and there was something which I did have a little bit of a problem with, was there was a chain on here which holds this guard on, and the chain came off, so I've got to find a way of reattaching it somehow for the rear PTO guard, but the front one's holding quite well on the guard on there, so I'm not really too worried about that. And then also changing between all the modes, I'll work that out as I go along, but at least it TEDs now. That's all I wanted to do just for now. And there's these flags on the back. Maybe if anyone could help me out with these. I did just have a look in the instruction manual, and some pictures had the flag on this side, some had it on this side. I think it's so that it basically, when you put the end piece down, the Coon flag down, it makes like a tedding row, so you can row up as all of the material comes from this to this side. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So grass-wise, everything's going pretty well. Well, it's been a lovely day today here on the farm, and thanks to a young farmers member called Theo for picking that hay turner up. We really appreciate that, and it's another thing, another attachment ticked off my list, so that I can get on the road towards self-sufficiency or on the farm for equipment. We'll never get the big stuff like a combine, I know, or a sprayer, but as long as I can do all the little things, that'll be good. Just some ginger beer here. I like ginger beer. So yeah, cheers guys. I hope you're all having a good summer at the moment. And I did watch that Clarkson's Farm last night. Some of you guys had said to watch, and it really did make me laugh. If you haven't seen it, go and watch it. Some of the things in there, like putting his hand in the wrong hole with the sheep, and trying to grow the potatoes and harvest them by hand, and then they were getting rotten, and he was trying to get people into the farm shop, really did make me laugh. And I just wanted to say as well today that recently I've got a new partner with Olly's farm who's going to help me with the parts for the 135, because they're actually turning out to be really expensive, and I can't afford to keep paying out on machinery parts all the time. So thankfully Kramp will just help us out with some parts. So a big shout out to Kramp. They're a company from Europe who specialise in old tractor parts and some new tractor parts as well. And yeah, they're going to be helping us out, so I'll wear the hat. And we're going to do a keepy uppy challenge as well quite soon with a football, which will be quite fun. And maybe if you're into football, you can join in as well. But I'll release all of that on my Instagram, which is the new Instagram. The other one's been deleted now. So it's just official Olly's Farm on Instagram. And then in other news as well, this upcoming week I'm getting the replacement farm vehicle. Thanks for everyone with the up. That's now sold. That's moving on. And getting a farm vehicle. It's not a new one, it's old. Well, not that old, but it will do the job, if you know what I mean. So you have to leave a comment in today's video what sort of farm vehicle you think it will be. Because I'm looking forward to getting that, picking it up. Yeah, it'll be good for pulling cows out of dikes and pulling trailers. I need to do my trailer test, which is about £400. So all these things rack up just to try and, as I'm sure you probably will see, or if you have seen on Clarkson's farm, it is challenging in farming. It's like he says, like, when will anything actually go right, So yeah, I need to get my trailer test. And then next week, I've been organising a visit for a long time, and then we had COVID and everything, and I was planning on visiting a free-range chicken farm. So I've finally been able to get back in touch with the chicken company, and we can go to see a free-range chicken farm. And originally I wanted 3 chicken units here, but I actually had an idea the other day that it would probably be a good idea now, because the chicken farm's put a new factory just near the farm here, just about 10 miles down the road, 12 miles down the road, there's a new chicken factory. It'd probably be a good idea just to put 1 shed up, and then perhaps have some infrastructure in the future for something else, to put maybe 1 or 2 more chicken sheds up, which are free-range chickens, slow-growing birds, which is what I've always wanted, and they'll be on the light, sandy, free-draining soil here. So that's really going to be one of my main sort of life purposes, really, will be free-range chicken farming, as I've spoken to you guys about in the past, and arable farming as well, but like contracting, and I would like my own flock of sheep in the future, and also as well my own herd of cattle. And if I can achieve most of those things, the tourism thing at the moment is the Olly's Farm Park is just, I mean, you guys know what it's like right now. It's so difficult in the hospitality industry right now, and it's just so unpredictable. So and the classic tractors and the open farm Sundays, if we can do them throughout the year. And I appreciate everyone for helping me out with the classic tractors. We've got the sort of modern tractor, the 615, and the old tractors, the 135, and there's nothing really in the middle. And I'd like to do some demonstration days and get some of the old kit out and see you guys, have some drinks, have some food, which would be lovely. So it's really a livestock enterprise and arable and contracting, and then also the sort of a little bit of tourism as well, if I can make it work, because it's like that day. It's not as easy as it used to be. So yeah, if I can do all that, I'll be very happy. And I'm very tired today because I've been flat out this week with things which you will find out about in the coming weeks. So yeah, thanks very much for watching today's video. I'm losing my voice, and I'll catch you on the next video, which will be on Tuesday. Catch you on the next one.